The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener's discretion is advised.
It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
Gotta be the man. You gotta be the man. Whoa.
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729288. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729288. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the world heavyweight champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here.
Streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
As I lay me down to sleep, I pray my soul is mine to keep. And never step outside this bed, never into all the evil.
Are you scared?
He's here.
I'm American badass. Watch me kick. You can roll with rock or you can radio. I'm a porno flick. I'm like Amazing Grace. I'm gonna some after I rock this place. Super fly, living double wide, sidecar my glide so Joe C can ride. Full sack to share, bringing flash and flare. Got the long hair, swinging middle finger in the air. Snakeskin suit, 65 Chevelle. See me ride and sit, hear the rebel yell. I won't live to tell, so if you do, give the next generation a big. Who knew I'd blow a black punk warmer? Said punk high school, the mind of
I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, and you can follow me on Twitter at JonathanClarke1. And what I'm thinking about, as I do every year as we get closer to WrestleMania, it's John Cena versus The Undertaker as a possible WrestleMania dream match we could see, maybe not this year, but years from now at WrestleMania for The Undertaker's final appearance at a WrestleMania. Even with how it's believed WrestleMania 32 against Shane McMahon is The Undertaker's final WrestleMania and match that he will have of his career, I think we have not seen the last of The Undertaker because there are so many wrestlers at WrestleMania The Undertaker still has yet to create with. And one of these matches could come at the expense of John Cena versus The Undertaker because we've never seen this match happen at a WrestleMania. Through the years we've gone through professional wrestling, we have seen many matches between The Undertaker and John Cena. If you remember years ago in 2002 when John Cena first broke in to professional wrestling, The Undertaker gave him one of his greatest feuds of his entire career, a feud that John Cena still has never forgotten about to this very day. And it was because of people like The Undertaker, John Cena became one of the biggest names in the wrestling industry. So that could be what this match all falls back on. The history that's existed between John Cena and The Undertaker, and the fact that they have never, the fact remaining, that they have never wrestled before in a match at WrestleMania that could go down as one of the biggest WrestleMania main events in WrestleMania and WWE history for The Undertaker's career, possibly being on the line in this match. Now, I've said several opponents thrown your way for an opponent for The Undertaker to face in his final match at WrestleMania. One of those opponents would have been Sting. That would have been a great match to see, but obviously because of the injuries of Sting, of course, because of Seth Rollins, that match last year at Night of Champions, of course, that was believed to have been the end of Sting's wrestling career, but I still believe that we have not seen the last of Sting, hoping Sting will probably factor into the match between The Undertaker and Shane McMahon somehow at WrestleMania. It was either someone like Sting or Kane or John Cena. To me, The Undertaker could face at WrestleMania. And what's interesting, there's a lot of conversation about The Undertaker's final opponent. That's why I find it really hard to believe his last WrestleMania is going to come at the expense of Shane McMahon, when there are so many wrestlers that wrestling fans would rather The Undertaker face in his final match at WrestleMania and the final match of his wrestling career, rather than Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell. You mean to tell me you created the Hell in a Cell concept for The Undertaker to have this final match against the likes of Shane McMahon when his final opponent inside Hell in a Cell, if it would have been anyone, it should have been Brock Lesnar last year in 2015 with that incredible Hell in a Cell match ending their feud with the Brock Lesnar low-blowing The Undertaker the way he did, hitting the F5, the Wyatts come out setting up for the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker, and The Undertaker and Kane going on to emerge victorious in that program. That was awesome, seeing that incredible exchange between Lesnar and The Undertaker and things going the way it did for The Undertaker and Kane eventually as we got closer to Survivor Series and the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker. And I think where all this conversation is coming from about The Undertaker's final WrestleMania is because, of course, last year was the 25th year of The Undertaker, this being the 26th year of The Undertaker's career. He's got 4 years left to punch, and once he punches those last 4 years, he'll be involved with the wrestling industry 30 years, 10 years less than Ric Flair and the likes of Hulk Hogan. It's amazing seeing how far The Undertaker's come. He's been there through it all, and he's faced every big name in wrestling that he could possibly have ever faced. So that really says a lot of how far The Undertaker's career goes back over the years. 1990, November of that year, he debuted as the mystery partner of the $1 Million Team in 1990 Survivor Series. Remember the double main event at Survivor Series that year? I believe it was Team Hogan versus Team Warrior, and the main event, of course, featuring the $1 Million Team, which witnessed the debut of The Undertaker. That's how far back The Undertaker's career goes. Over 26 years ago, I was only 4 years old, going on 5, when The Undertaker debuted, and I'm still talking about 18 years that I've been covering this wrestling industry. So I think that if there was a time for The Undertaker's career to end, it could be 2016, 2017, possibly looking at an opponent for him in 2018, because some of these opponents that I've thrown your way as suggestions for The Undertaker to face would take months to build up a program and to really hype up, especially if you're talking about a match like The Undertaker versus Sting, which has never happened before in wrestling history, which would demonstrate and really be the definition of wrestling psychology between two of the greatest wrestling psychologists that I have ever seen in the wrestling business. It's just incredible, the exchanges we've witnessed between Sting and The Undertaker and all the legends they have faced. But can you imagine how incredible the exchange would be against two of the greatest wrestling psychologists of possibly all time, The Undertaker, a future Hall of Famer, and Sting going in the Hall of Fame? And I thought perfectly, this would have set up perfectly for a match at WrestleMania 32 between The Undertaker and Sting, with The Undertaker really blaming WWE for putting Sting in the Hall of Fame over choosing him to headline the Hall of Fame induction ceremony this year, with how The Undertaker's been really loyal to WWE. Sting has never been there, and The Undertaker turns around and blames Sting for going in the Hall of Fame and taking everything away from him. And then we have this match between The Undertaker and Sting for both their legacies, with both their careers being on the line, or either had the final match of their two careers, which goes back through the years and the decades of professional wrestling, giving us so many incredible matches and moments that we as wrestling fans still resonate with us today and still talk about in conversation. So I think that, either of these three opponents, one of these three should be the one probably The Undertaker's either facing this year or at a WrestleMania yet to come. I'm talking about The Undertaker versus Sting, The Undertaker versus Kane, and I say that because of their history, and again,